What's up, everyone? All right, well, I won't need the hat for long because I'm getting ready to fly to the Caribbean. But before I do, I need to pack up my traveling trading station. So as always, it starts with the laptop. Can't go anywhere without it. This is a Falcon F15. Lenovo Legions are great too, but this one is the computer that I've been using for a while. I've been super happy with it. Now, when I'm traveling, I have my trading computer, which I also use for broadcasting. And then I bring my USB monitors. That's these guys right here. So the nice thing with these monitors is they're so skinny, they fit right in my travel bag, my carry-on, and I can put them right next to the laptop. And just like that, takes up almost no space at all. And if you're TSA pre-check, you don't even need to take it out of the backpack when you're going through. I mean, sometimes they ask you to, but usually it's fine. At home, I have two laptops. Both of them are Falcon F15s. One is for broadcasting, and that's this one, which I'm actually going to bring with me. And then the other is for trading. So the way I have these connected is the trading computer has all my charts, all my trading, and then I collect all the data from that, bring it into this computer, and then this one is just for broadcasting. But I've cross-trained my two computers, so they can each do each other's job. I can trade on this, I can broadcast on that one, and sometimes I will do that, as I will on this trip when I'm only bringing this one computer. So this goes in my backpack, which, you know, it's just a backpack, but people always ask questions about it. So in the back here, I've got two sleeves in the very back. It's called a checkpoint-friendly backpack. So I put the laptop in the back, and then I've got the two USB monitors right here, which can go in the second sleeve. So they're separate from that. But you could fit more in here if you wanted to. You could fit a whole nother laptop in here. I won't do it, but you certainly could if you wanted to. Anyways, this leaves you some breathing room, and then that's just enough for my Sudoku. Yeah, this will get me through, sitting at the airport and just waiting to board the plane. Anyway, so I popped that in there. The backpack is Toomey. It's a Toomey backpack. It's called a T-Pass. I don't know exactly, but anyways, it's got a lot of pockets. I love it. I've been happy with it. I've had it for, I don't know, several years, and it's come with me everywhere. So that's the traveling trading station, and now that it's packed up, I just have to make sure I've got my charger and the USB cables, which I think I already put in there, but I'll just double check it. And that's it. That's all I need. Well, that's not all I need. I need an internet connection, a fast, reliable internet connection. And in the Caribbean and in some places you travel to, that can be hit or miss. So one of the things that I always do is I check in with the place I'm going, before I go there, and I ask them to do a speed test and tell me how fast the internet is. Then the first thing I do when I get to the room is I check to see, or whether it's a hotel or an Airbnb, whatever it is, I check to make sure the internet is in fact good. If it's not, then I can try to work with them to resolve it, maybe move to a different room, check the router. But for the most part, usually whenever I do these trips, and they're working trips because I'm working the whole time, usually the internet is fine. As long as I check beforehand, usually it's fine. So I'm gonna meet you on the other side when I get to Antigua, and I'll show you how I've got my trading station set up when I get there. So let's fast forward. All right, and just like that, we're here. So I do sometimes set up outside when I'm on, my traveling trading station. But one of the problems for me is that if I'm squinting while I'm trying to work, I find that it gives me a pretty bad headache. So I'm gonna set up in here. I found this little table, and this is gonna be my home for the next few days. And so for the next few trading sessions, I'll be set up right here. So I brought my charger. I almost forgot it, but I did grab it at the last minute. And what I'll basically do here is I'm gonna set this up so I'll have my main laptop, and then I'll have the two USB monitors, one on either side. The way I typically do this, in terms of layout, is that right in front of me, front and center, right on my monitor there, that's going to be on the main monitor, my trading terminal. So that's where I'll have my level 2 windows, my time and sales. That's where I'll actually execute the trades. Then on the left monitor, so right here, I'm gonna have my stock scanners, I'm gonna have the chat room, and I'll have one chart of the stock that I'm watching the most closely at that moment. Then on the right side, right here, I'll have two more stocks that I'm watching. So the only difference between this and at home is that when I'm at home, I would typically have a third monitor right here with 2 more stocks I'm watching. So in this traveling trading station, I'm able to watch basically 3 stocks at once, 2 on the side and the one that I'm trading. At home, I could watch 5 stocks at once, which is nice, but I'll say that there is a point of diminishing returns. In fact, at one point, I had a trading station in my office, my big office, where I had, I had 3 laptops, and I had, so the 3 laptop screens, and then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 24-inch monitors. So 8 monitors plus the 3 screens, that's 11 monitors. That's a lot. And, I think at the time I was like, no, this will be great. I can watch the S&P 500. I can watch the VIX. I can keep an eye on maybe a couple different continuation stocks. But you know what ends up happening? You just sort of stop looking at those screens. And then something might happen with one of those securities, but you don't notice it because you just kind of stop paying attention. So there's definitely a point where more monitors does not mean more money. I think that maybe 4 monitors, is kind of the sweet spot. So I have 3 right here, including my laptop monitor. And I do feel like that's a little light. At home right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including laptop screens. And that's also totally great. But probably a good portion of the time, one of those is just like my calendar or my email. So but hey, look, that's fine too. I was just saying all of that just to sort of emphasize that you don't need a huge trading station with lots of monitors to be a trader. I think if you have your laptop and 2 external monitors, I think that right there is a great starting point. And listen, I trade on this traveling trading station all the time. I've brought this computer with me, this one right here, and traded on it for last year, I don't even know how many days I was on this traveling trading station, more than I could count. And this year is going to be the same. That's one of the things about trading that I've always been really drawn to is not only the feeling of being self-sufficient, that I am doing this myself, I don't have a boss, I don't have to ask for time off or anything like that, but that I can bring this anywhere I go. If I have to go somewhere, I don't know, something comes up with a family and I have to go stay with my mom or my sister, help someone with something, I can bring this with me and I can still do like 1 or 2 hours a day in the morning. Or I can come down here to Antigua and have a great, week of trading or whatever it happens to be. And I don't have to, lose the opportunity to be in the market every day. Because one of the things I talked about when I shared the 25 rule, and I'll put a link right down below in case you haven't seen it, but the 25 rule of trading, one of the things I talked about was how important it is to show up every single day, because you never know which day you might end up having a great opportunity. And I remember a couple of years ago being in California on my traveling trading station and having like one of the best days I'd had in months, just sitting in a hotel room at 5:30 in the morning in California. And I was like, whoa, I'm really glad I got up early, because California time zone, and brought my laptop and did this. It was definitely worth it. Now look, tomorrow I might open up my laptop, I might not see any opportunities, or I could of course take some trades and lose. And so that's one of the things to be careful of, because you want to try to relax and recharge a little bit. So for sure, when I'm on the traveling trading station, I try to be a little bit more dialed in with let's take it easy. If there's some opportunities and I can get a cushion, let's go. But if it feels a little cold, the idea isn't to be sitting on my computer for 8 hours while I'm on vacation. That's not really the idea. Definitely I am working while I travel, but I want to get a good balance of both. And also I have content that I want to make for you guys here. So, the trading will be one window, and then doing other stuff for you guys is another window. So anyways, this is my traveling trading station right here. I'm going to get it set up, get the monitors all laid out, and you'll see me trading on it first thing tomorrow morning. So all you need, laptop, 2 USB monitors, and you're good to go. The only thing I'll say is that this laptop, or this backpack, weighs in right now at 30 pounds. So it is the size of a small child. It is heavy. I did end up bringing 2 laptops with me. I decided, because the one thing with this Falcon is that the battery's not so great. So I brought another laptop that I have that has a newer battery, so I could work on the airplane. And I actually didn't do any of my Sudoku. I have it in here, but I didn't end up doing it because I worked on the airplane the whole time. So that's fine. But anyways, 2 laptops, 2 USB monitors, 2 chargers, 1 for each laptop, a bottle of water. It adds up. So this is a 30-pound backpack. But as long as you can deal with that right there is my little portable ATM. This comes with me everywhere I go, and it is well worth, the little bit of trouble to bring it and to get it set up and to spend an hour or 2 hours or whatever it is trading, because this is what I do. Of course, those of you who already know, I've traded on average for 3 hours a day, started in 2017 with a $600 account, and well, where I'm at now. You can see the broker statements on my website, over $10 million in gross profit. So I want to show up every day. It's definitely worth it. And that means there are some sacrifices, but it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off I'm willing to make. Oh, and by the way, again, if you want to check out the 25 rule of trading, it's a rule of thumb about when to walk away, when to push hard. I'll put a link right down below, and you guys should check that out. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.